Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and probably it is a night elsewhere. Then how is your night going? I am Zachariah, sharing with you about the truth from Australia. If you are yet to subscribe, do feel free to do so. I believe that every person that has experienced or expressed repentance and the same is bearing the fruit of repentance should be able to talk about the truth. And everyone that has progressed to where confession is definite, in other words, you've begun to show forth your professionalism in the faith for which you have repented, definitely has something to say about the truth. Don't forget that when we confessed, we are actually confessing in a form of horizontal and vertical manner. Permit me to use the vertical to represent our relationship with the Almighty. And I am not saying that the Almighty is in heaven. The Almighty is everywhere. And that gives me the joy that I can bow, I can face any direction, not east, but any direction. I can face it comfortably and share my faith and believe that the Almighty is there. And again, it is horizontal because we constantly have one thing or the other to restitute with our brothers and sisters, or even people that we might have offended in one way or the other, requiring restitution. Otherwise, requiring confession, where we ask for forgiveness. So we abound in all these things, and that is why confession is both vertical and horizontal. Therefore, people in this category have something to say about the truth. Yes, people who have been regenerated, not by their making, not by their will, not by their sacrifices, not by their good works, but because they have repented and confessed objectively, the Spirit itself is behind the regeneration. So it is fully the business of the Spirit of truth to reveal the truth to everyone who has that same Spirit in him or her. This kind of people also must have something to say about the truth. And since we are constantly growing, those that have been justified in the Spirit, justified by the Spirit, whose guilt no longer hold them down because the Almighty has forgiven them, the Almighty has accepted them, the Almighty is in relationship with them. This kind of justified people also have definite thing to say about the truth. But that is not all. Those who have joined the path of sanctification, remember, these ones have repented, they have confessed, they have been regenerated not by their will, they have been justified not by whatever method they have, but by the Spirit now, and are in the path of sanctification. For sure, these people have something to say about the truth. Well, for those who have been venerated, in the casual way of using it, they've been glorified already. There are no more in this land, this world that we have. Wow. They are now in direct contact with the truth. And what a privilege. And this is where all the saints should aspire to be, because they end up in the truth. So having said this one, you can now find out that we will not stop talking about the truth. Why? Because the truth penetrates everything that we know and don't know. The truth is the only thing that holds things together. The truth alone defines exactly at any point, at any stage, wherever, what a thing is, who a person is. It is only the truth that can answer all questions, such as why, when, whom, who, how, what, and so on like that. Even if we mix these questions, it is only the truth that can answer them. No one else can do it. The truth is what makes you who you are. And that is why you can never, never lie to yourself, even if you try to. But you can lie to anybody anyway. So we need to just understand that principle and how it works for us so that we can go forward. In the time past, I decided to broadly classify the truth into universal and particular. This is not a restrictive classification. There are so many ways you can classify the truth. So I leave that with you. In fact, if it is possible, contact me to share more. I want to know how you have classified your own truth. However, let me abide by how I have classified mine. The one that is called universal, of which I've tried to just give simplest examples for us to consume. And of course, we are bound by universal truth all over. What I want you to note is that if you are truly in contact with a universal truth, and that universal truth is not pointing you to the truth, then you don't know that particular universal truth at all. For example, if trees are real, trees are true, and of course, there are numerous species all over the place, but let us hold on to the one or the ones that we see. Then trees can be seen as universal, a universal type of truth. Why? Because trees are found everywhere. There's no single country in the world that does not have a particular tree. And there's no single place on earth that does not have a particular tree. So tree or tree species have now become universal. But if in our knowing trees, we don't see the creator at work, we don't see the truth at work, then we have not known what trees are. Even if we divert them to our own selfish interests, to our own levels of ignorance and so on and so forth, we don't know what trees are. So in essence, whatever universal truth you know as an example, for example, the sun shines as a universal truth, that sun should be pointing us back to the truth, because it is the truth that has created everything that should reflect it, whether it is animate or inanimate. So permit me to use the universal and particular truth. Now, I've started about the particular truth, and I was excited to go about talking on particular truths. And of course, you will not, for those who have been careful to listen to me, and if you have not, please go to the last episode and the recent last episode. And what will you see? you will see me, or at least you can hear something about the particular truths that I started. And I was able to identify if some futures, of course, there are other futures of particular truths. For example, a particular truth can be man-made, and a particular truth can be beyond the making of a man. For example, we all have struggles. Is it man-made? Maybe, and maybe not. But I understand that under the sun, we are constantly being challenged by one force or the other. So if this is real, then I want to tell you that we can make particular truths, and particular truths can be beyond our making. Everybody has hair, for instance. So, but then when you look at the particularity of the hair that Africans have and Asians have, and largely the Western world has, you will find out that there is variation. So the Africans have particular hairstyle, while the Asians have particular hairstyle, while the Westerners have particular hairstyle. So you can now say, we cannot make our hair. Yes, we can modify them, but we were not born with the modified hair anyway. So there's no cause to boast about. We just have to succumb to what is there. So these are realities. Last time I remember very well, I was talking about struggles, and I clearly said that every human being struggles for one thing or the other. Right from the day that we were born to the current times that we are in, we still have struggles. And what is the purpose of this struggle? For anyone who aspires to succeed, you must struggle. You must struggle. It's an essential part of success. And you must struggle with clear objectivity. You must subject yourself in order to get your objective goals realized. So we all struggle. But do know, usually struggles are reserved for those who want to be successful. And I'm glad to say that every human being wants to be successful, sometimes even in the most negative way. But I will encourage us to come to the positive side, where we will struggle to get things better done. There's something that I want to mention to us that is very important. And that thing is, every human being is within a time frame. Everything. Every human being. Even the inanimate things that we see, they are within a time frame. What an irony of life. More so when we have a living soul. Remember that the current world we are in is not designed for us to live forever. No. But we can prepare forever in this world. Is that not wonderful? So, do know that however we live, whatever we do in life, and why we do them, whoever is our mentor or our influencer or we've sacrificed to, that person will not outlive his time frame or her time frame. Similarly, we will not outlive our time frames. We are all a concept of time. And it is in the truth that we understand what this time is. And when we have appreciated what this time is, I guarantee us we'll live better, even within our time frame. I think this is a worthy thing to think about. So don't forget this. As long as you are a human being, you live within a time frame. Yours may be 60 years, while another may be 120 years, but we are all within a time frame. I think I will urge us to think about that. And yet it remains a particular truth. Why? Of course, it can be general, but I choose to look at it from a particular truth because there are nations who have worked hard and they can live longer. Then there are nations who have refused to work hard and their subjects die very young. I think this is a food for thought for us to understand how our time frame is hooked to what the truth wants us to understand while our times last. Another thing that I would like us to understand is there is nothing that is permanent under particular truth. There's nothing. Even human beings are not permanent. I am young today. Tomorrow, you may see me struggling to walk with even the third stick. Of course, there are those who are using 4 sticks. So I want us to understand that nothing is permanent. And if you are passing through some real life difficulties now, I want to challenge you positively. It won't be there forever. It won't be there forever. So that your enemy or your enemies will not be pleased. So, always mark it that this my life will come and go. That thing that I'm doing will come and go. But who would I be? Would I be somebody who has aligned with the truth? Or I defiantly fought the truth. So that is good for us to think about. A particular truth may define our outlook. You can see me here, probably well dressed, but I feel I'm well dressed anyway, with the right cap and with the right t-shirt. And you can see that I am saying I'm proudly a marvel person. And I delight so. And this is matched with the traditional cap we have chosen for ourselves. I am really proud. In other words, I'm really pleased that I am a marvel person. Therefore, it matters. As you see me, you either feel better or you feel worse. But for those who are in their right senses, they feel better. They feel good. To you, I align. Thank you so much. I would like also to mention a few things about particular truths. And this is it. Some things you can change, others you must learn to accept. And that is true. Remember, I said that nothing is permanent. Things come and go. Things go and come. We were not born like this. And today we've grown to where we are. And we're even trying to talk to other people to understand what we're doing. I think that is a beautiful sense of direction. So just mark it that we cannot change anybody. We cannot change anybody. And that solves a lot of problems. All human beings have some mental health challenges. All. So let us think about that. Well, my dear brother, I want to encourage you, my dear sister, as well, that the time has come for us to represent the truth, to talk about the truth, to stand out for the truth. By us taking time to understand general truths and particular truths, we are actually saying these are pointers to the truth. Even if we defiantly fight it and try to destroy that thinking, it won't change anything. All of us are inclined towards the truth. We want to know the truth. We have known the truth that is in us. We've seen how weak and frail they are, and how they will always fail us in the times of our needs. And that is why we need the truth to abide in. May I challenge us all that the truth has said, I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life, I am the door, I am the good shepherd. This is what this particular truth, the truth is telling us. And if our particular truth will not point us to the truth, then we have failed. May we all live. Thank you and be blessed.